2.5 million to 4 million young scouts, becoming a green army that move to ensure that in Kipkelion you have tree nurseries that are growing the seedlings that you require to plant trees. Because today everyone is talking about tree planting. I am attempting to grow trees, and I am realizing that we have a big shortage of seedlings. So if we had a green army of 4 million Kenyans acting on some of these issues under the banner of scouting, we would make a very big win. Finally, this country is grappling with issues that I call the soft issues. I did report to you, Chair, that I am coming out of the biggest scouting event in scouting calendar. It is called the Jamboree. The Jamboree 2023 brought together 43,000 scouts in one place, the city of Samangyon in South Korea. Touring that country, Chair, you see the development in South Korea, a country that was at par with your beloved Kenya in the 60s. And when I interrogated, I could tell the only difference between South Korea and Kenya is that they have attended to the soft issues of patriotism, the soft issues of discipline, the soft issues of integrity, and the soft issues of meritocracy. These are ideals that are espoused in scouting, and these are ideals that we could promote if we got our act together on the scouting movement. And I submit, Chair.
Thank you very much, KJ. That was a very serious brief, and it is really touching. We are lagging behind, not taking our place as a country which hosts the remains of the foundings of patriarch and matriarch of the scouting movement. Members, I think I want to open and then we try and ask for clarity, not necessarily in the amendment, but I would, for example, want to understand if we fund this organization with exchequer, what does it become? Does it become then a public entity? Because it lives on charity to maintain its independence and purity. When we bring in the aspect of government funding, or rather, how do we tie it so that we don't tie it as a state and then introduce the bureaucracy of government to kill it as opposed to support it? How do we go about it?
Thank you, Chair, and that's a very good clarification that I need to make. One is that the funding of scouting has been going on for decades in this country. All this bill seeks to do is to structure that funding. As we speak today, there is a lot of funding that goes to scouting that comes either from the office of the president directly through the magnanimity of the president, a sitting president. Two, it also gets a lot of funding through the Ministry of Education. So this bill does not seek to do anything new. In fact, in terms of funding, it shall not even be seeking for extra funds from exchequer. It is just to tidy up the structure of how it is funded so that it is not left to caprice or left to the magnanimity of a sitting president. Secondly, Chair. Yes. Secondly, there are best practices to be borrowed from. We have jurisdictions like Thailand, jurisdictions like South Korea, places like Poland and Canada. And we have seen that even with the structuring of scouting organizations to get proper support from government, the organizations do not lose their independence. The scouting in Kenya will continue to be led by the Kenya Scouting National Organization, which is a member of the World Scouting Movement, WUSM. And with WUSM, they are very clear constitutional provisions that allow for scouting to remain non-political, in fact apolitical. So, Chair, we are not seeking to get extra funds or new funds from the Exchequer. We are just seeking to tidy up what has been happening in history.
What the honorable member has done is to highlight how other nations have picked this thing and run away with it and made tremendous success, including the report on Korea. And he has said, and rightly so, that this should not be happening in nations while the founder of Scouts was in Kenya and chose even to be interred in this country. And therefore, he is suggesting that we must make laws to align the archaic pre-independence act that formed the Scout. I remember at independence, in fact, the late President Jomo Kenyatta picked General Warohio Itote to head the NYS then because of the needs of that time. Now, things have changed, and we will support you to get this to reality. I am picking for a moment that the board you are trying to have that board so that if there is government funding that is approved, that board might run it, but then support programs of the association so that we make it a legal entity. And then number two, we also make our devolution 47 counties to be legal headquarters of our local scouting movement to enable us to recruit more, to advance more, and to achieve more, especially in what you are talking about, tackling climate change, tree planting, and all the other emerging issues of society. And to give it a linkage, we will look at it. If the committee finds it fit, the chief scout should also be the Minister of Education so that this thing can have a say in the cabinet. So we are open. As members, you brought this thing for the first time. We will go through the amendments. We will call you a second time, and then we engage now on clause by clause and to get to internalize what is it that we seek to achieve. For now, thank you for the eye-opener, and we thank you for thinking about this. Honorable KJ, asante sana, and we welcome again when this committee calls you.